welcome to episode 96 of Out of Wenger'S Shadow on FM24. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode I've got the final two games of the season for you in the Premier League. We're away to Southampton and then at home to Bournemouth. As you can see, we come into it on the back of successive defeats to Crystal Palace and Newcastle, so let's see if we can turn that around, and the team to face Southampton is coming up in just a moment. Okay, well, a slight spanner in the works, as prior to the first match of the episode I have been summoned to a meeting with the board to discuss my comments in the pre-match press conference. So I am going to attend the meeting and try to save my job. So here goes, let's attend the meeting. We're disappointed you haven't heeded our request to not answer certain press conference questions. What do you have to say? I can only apologise. I'll try that. And they have accepted my apology and are willing to let me continue in my job. So I'll be back in a moment with the team to face Southampton. Okay, here is the lineup for the Southampton game then, and it is Umo in goal. Back four is Amas, Hasanbegovic, Nichols and Barros. Ronan behind Szoboszlai and Stewart in midfield. Lucic on the left, Doak on the right, Christofi up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant wants to be impressed and wants them to put on a show. So do I. Pump fists, go with that. And let's get into the tunnel. Am I under any sort of pressure, given that most people believe a defeat will cost you your job? My belief in the team's unwavering. How important is a good performance? I know what we're capable of. We can book a spot in the preliminary stages of the Conference League with a win. We deserve to qualify, so hopefully we can get the job done. And let's go. So we absolutely do need to win this match, given that I've had a conversation with the board already. And we could then potentially secure sixth spot as Christofi comes forward over the halfway line. He gets away from his man. He's going to need some help surely from there though. And he gets the shot off and the keeper pushes it over the bar. So it's a corner to Liverpool, and it's Barros with the left-footed in-swinger to the near post, and the header from Nichols is too high. And we've got a free kick now. Szoboszlai goes for goal, and he's not far off target, but not troubling the goalkeeper. And now it's done at the other end. Finkgräfer with the Southampton corner, and the header goes over. Highlight comes to an end. And we've already got players tiring, but I'm not going to be able to make changes because our subs are absolutely shattered. Ronan with the loose pass gives it away, but now Barros has got it back and then immediately loses it. Tiano crosses, and Marcus Leonardo has scored for Southampton. The referee's arm is in the air, signalling an offside, which will of course be checked by the VAR. And the goal is given, so it is Southampton 1, Liverpool 0. And we have got plenty of work to do, so I'm going to demand more. And at the moment, I think Ben Doak is probably coming off, although Hasanbegovic might be one of the players considered. Amas, I'm hoping, will recover at half-time a little bit. He probably does need to come off. I don't know if we'll be able to do it though. We're in the position we deserve to be in, so we're going to have to make some changes. Amas definitely can't continue, so we'll bring on Da Costa at left back, and I think Ben Doak as well. In fact, Lucic for Andrich and Van Persie up front for Christophe, and we'll get out there for the second half. We've got to go for this now. We are going to be with the youngster in goal for both games of today's episode, which doesn't help, but it's not an excuse that will carry any weight, unfortunately. And we've given away a spot kick. Simon Hooper points to the penalty spot, and it is going to be a penalty to Southampton. Chance for them to make it 2-0. And the only question is, can Umo be a hero? Diego is the one taking the spot kick. Umo goes the right way but doesn't get there. And that is Southampton 2, Liverpool 0. Szoboszlai does need to come off. I'm going to delay it until the hour mark. And we'll bring on Benitez as that's headed away. Doak keeps it in. I'm not sure he really needed to. Umo clears after a fashion. Finds Szoboszlai in what will be one of his last acts in the match. It's Hasanbegovic, Szoboszlai, Hasanbegovic again into Barros, back to Nichols. Nichols plays it to Hasanbegovic. Into midfield for Szoboszlai, on to Andrich. Van Persie shoots, Van Persie scores. We've got one back. Southampton 2, Liverpool 1, and we've got half an hour to find an equaliser. Yes, we want to make that change. And now, the only other option we can really take off is Stewart for Gluck. And we're going to have to hope that we can get something going for an equaliser to materialise. We've demanded more, but it's Southampton on the attack. Sullivan's ball in, cleared by Nichols, but only as far as Hare. Sullivan to Binder. It's played back to Nianzou. Nianzou again. Finds Sullivan. Nielsen to Nianzou. Finds Hare. Crosses halfway. And Binder is on the attack. Finds Marcos Leonardo. His cross into the box. And Southampton have been awarded a second penalty of the match. And a chance to go 3-1 in front on 83 minutes. The penalty's confirmed. It did look a bit like a dive, but it's given. So Daniel Lewis steps up for Southampton. Sends the keeper the wrong way. 3-1 Southampton. Surely game over. And we are going to be lucky to survive until the second match of the episode. We've dropped out of the qualification spots. We're down to 8th. So it's out of our hands whether we qualify now. And that is the full-time whistle. Southampton 3, Liverpool 1. I'll be back in a moment, but I'm not sure whether it's for a meeting with the board or the second match of today's episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode, a home match against Bournemouth, which is our final match of the season. And the team for this one, Umo in goal, back for is Lucic, Da Costa, Nichols and Levine, Ronan behind Benitez and Szoboszlai in midfield, Andrich on the left, Stewart on the right and Jan Cavalcanti up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant manager is suggesting I tell the lads we're sick and tired of getting bad results. Go out there and change that starting now. Agree completely, pumped fists and go with that. Into the tunnel. Is it fair to say you need to start scoring more goals? Absolute. Goals win games and we want to win games. Yeah. Do you think the first goal will be crucial? We want to score early. What's the secret behind your good home record? Hard work in training, carried over to match day. So let's get the last match underway. and see if we can at least finish the season with a win. I don't know if it'll be enough to save my job. It probably very much depends whether we can overhaul either Leicester or Aston Villa. But in order to do that, we need to win the match, and Bournemouth have started better than we have. So demanding more, and we need to keep an eye on the results above us as well. But at the moment, it's not going our way. And it is our opponents, Bournemouth, who have the ball. Krupi, who I have come across before. Guerrero plays it back to Dumbuya. Awate got himself turned and he's got the shot away, but Umo tips it over the crossbar. So I think next chance I get, a demand more is going to be issued. Rodriguez's ball in. Zabani beaten in the air by Lucic. Szoboszlai has dropped deep, clips the ball into the opponent's half, but the highlight comes to an end. And things at the moment are not looking fantastic. As it stands, a win will be enough to see us overcome Leicester, but not now because they're now beating Chelsea. But Aston Villa are also being held by Everton, so a goal still will be enough as long as both teams don't win. So we're not going to win if we don't shoot. We are going to need to make some changes. So Cavalcanti can replace James Stewart. Stewart can be replaced by Van Persie. And let's get Lucic into left wing. Andrich can come off and Barros can come on. And that will do. We'll start the second half and let's demand more and see if we can manage to go and get a goal. Levine, the right back, comes forward with it, crosses halfway, and Cavalcanti takes over, leaves the ball behind but retrieves the situation, and Shaquille Van Persie has put the ball in the net, but is he offside? And the VAR verdict is that he is offside. It remains 0-0, 48 minutes in. And I think Lucic might need to come off if we can facilitate it. But Szoboszlai is in and shoots. And the goalkeeper's made a good save, Chevalier. And Van Persie with the corner. So in swinger to the near post, the header straight at the goalkeeper, but they make a mess of bowling it out, and we've got the first goal of the match. It is Liverpool 1, Bournemouth 0. Chevalier now with the goal kick, plays a short one again to Dumbuya, and for a second time they've messed it up. And Van Persie profits, and it's Liverpool 2, Bournemouth 0. And that is two big mistakes at the back for Bournemouth, and we've capitalised on both of them. And that is enough to put us into 6th spot and a European place as it stands. So Villa and Leicester are the teams we need to watch. And Villa are drawing. Szoboszlai's corner. The header away finds Da Costa. Szoboszlai to Da Costa. Cavalcanti to Nichols, who finds Cavalcanti again. He finds the back of the net. And it is Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0 on 81 minutes. So Lucic, you can now come off for Harry Amas, and Benitez for Gluck. As Levine comes forward for Liverpool, gives the ball away to Del Bosco, but Barros has won it back, plays it through the legs of the defender, but Rocha's back in to win it. Zabarnyi for Bournemouth goes back to the goalkeeper, so they're going to try and play out for a third time. And this time they get away with it. Nichols wins his header but heads it straight to Awate. Scott to De Garis. De Garis' ball finds Scott. Back to Rocha. Rocha lining up a shot. Has it taken off his toes. That surely was a foul, but players are allowed to continue. And Elena Kenya has scored for Bournemouth. There is an appeal for an offside. But as the scoreboard reads at the moment, 3-1. It's changed back to 3-0 though. It is offside. And I'm going to take Cavalcanti off and bring on Ben Doak. And there is the full-time whistle. Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0. I'll be back in a moment to show you the final Premier League table of the season and tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, well here is the final Premier League table of the season. Manchester City are confirmed champions on 83 points, ahead of Tottenham by virtue of having a superior goal difference. In third, Manchester United on 77 points, joined in the Champions League by Newcastle on 74. In the Europa League, it's Chelsea on 67 points. We qualify for the Europa Conference League with our 59 points. Aston Villa are still sweating on whether they will be involved in Europe or not. That will depend on what happens in the FA Cup final. And at the other end of the league table, the three relegated teams, Everton, Crystal Palace, and finishing rock bottom, Ipswich Town. And as this is the final league table of the season, it is quite obviously on the next episode, normally the pre-season and transfer special edition, but there is still a massive amount of speculation about my job, so I will either come back on the 1st of July once all the out of contract players have gone and we've got a clear idea of what we need for the new season, or I will be back when there is any kind of announcement from the board. And if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.